Welcome to Technique Friday with Els. Today I'll be showing you how to use our Silk Microfine Glitter and clear double-sided adhesive with embossing powder and texture paste. So I'm going to create this card. So I'm going to create the background, and then here I used a pair of leaves 1, and that's from Moda Scrap, and the thanks. And then with this card it's exactly the same technique. I used the Dream from Suzanne Cannon and the Dandelion Fluff also from Moda Scrap, all for Elizabeth Craft Designs. So what I'm going to do, and our glitter, because it's very fine and it mixes perfectly with the texture paste. And the one I like to use is the texture paste, and then it's transparent gloss. And that is transparent is very important, because otherwise you don't see the glitter and you don't see the sparkle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take a little bit of that texture paste, put it on. I have a release sheet here, could be your craft mat of course. So I do 2 different colors in this case. And make sure you close it right away, that it doesn't dry in. Then I'm going to take some teal glitter. I'm using our spoon, so that's our measuring spoon that we have. Just put it in there. And then I'm going to use the soft green in this case. That should be enough. And then I'm just going to mix that with that palette knife. And then it was also from Ranger. So you just mix it till you kind of have the paste in there. So just mix it till you think it's a nice consistency. And you can kind of scoop in all that glitter, and you don't waste anything, because if I have too much for this sheet, I have an extra sheet at hand that I can spread it out on as well. So that's this color. Then I'm cleaning my palette knife, and this is a plastic one. I think it's also from Ranger, if I'm correct. And I like it because it's flexible and it cleans off very easy. Because I have metal ones as well, and I personally, for this technique, I like the plastic one because it's easy to use. And of course you can do this with all the different colors of glitter. So I used like the gold and the silver for the black for the other card I created. And it's fun, I'll tell you, it's fun. And you can make the most beautiful backgrounds. So I think got it here. So now I'm just going to spread that that glitter over the sheet. So you just take a palette knife and you just spread it out. Pick up some of the blue. And I did it 2 directions until you think it's nice. And it makes the most beautiful backgrounds. And I have a piece of cardstock here that's 6 by 6, but if you want to, and this is our soft finish cardstock, but if you want to, you can also of course take a large sheet, fill it, and just cut it up as you go. A little bit of the turquoise here. So it's really playing with the glitter and the paste. And this will be really nice. So you see I have a lot left. So what I can do now, I can take a stencil. So this is one of the stencils I created with the circle background. And I can use that. And basically I should let it dry. But I'm going to show you right away now. So I'm just going to add some glitter here as well. And random. So I'm not going to do it perfect, because I don't like it to be perfect in this case. You see, and I can do a little bit on the other side, and then you just let that dry. Let me show you. So it makes the most beautiful backgrounds. So just random, and I think that's gorgeous. So I'm going to leave this to dry, and I already prepared another one, of course. So I'm going to put this one aside, but you can see the sparkle already, and it shows up even more when it dries. But you can also see I have some left. So I'm not going to waste anything. So I'm going to bring in another piece, and I'm just going to spread that glitter out over that one, or that paste. And then I have 2 backgrounds. And you can use other stencils as well. That's it, and here you have your second background. Put that aside as well. And then I'm going to show you how I created the pair of leaves. So these are the dies I used. So I'm going to show you how I heat embossed and use the glitter on that pair of leaves. So I already cut the leaves here. So what I did is, because I knew for sure that I was going to make those leaves gold, so I took like a yellowish kind of cardstock and cut it out of that. So a double-sided adhesive on the top, you put your die on the tape side, and then I cut out the pair of leaves. So in that case I never have white edges. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take off this, the release sheet. I'm going to put it aside for a second, do the same with the other one. I have glitter on my fingers, glitter paste. And of course, if you watch my other videos, you know you're not going to get rid of these, because these will make really beautiful masks for another glitter technique. So I'm going to save those. Then I'm going to take my solar gold glitter first, just dump it in here. So that's the solar gold. Then I'm going to take my leaf and I'm just going to dip it in the tips, because I want some glitter on the outer edges of the leaf. I need to put it aside. Do that. So then I have some glitter. I'm going to put the glitter back into the jar. I forgot my glitter tray today. And then I'm going to take the embossing powder. So I'm using the gold superfine detail from Ranger. And I'm going to sprinkle that over the whole leaf. Going to do the same with the second one. So what I will get is the outer edges will be glitter and the rest will be embossing powder. So you can see now that you can also heat emboss on our tape. So you can make borders, like cut strips of tape and make borders with that. So there's all kind of different techniques that you can use the heat embossing. So here I have them. Wait, let's put them on the mats. See, so now you can see, I hope the camera catches that, but this one, you see this one is now embossed and this one still needs to be done. That's that. Then I'm going to pick up my card, and as you can see, so I already prepared another piece because the glitter paste needs to dry a little bit. So I have the card here with the piece that I created earlier, and I'm going to etch the card a bit. And I'm using the distress ink, and I have the pine needle here, so just the outer edges of the card and the outer edges of the glitter piece as well. I'm going to take this one. And if you go online, you look at the website, you will see that Mona Scrap, we have a lot of beautiful leaves there. She has a beautiful collection of leaves that work really well for this technique. So that's that. So now I can put the card together. So I'm using our 6mm here. Put it on the edge. Okay, and I think I'm going to keep the more circles on the bottom of the card. Line it up nicely, which is always hard when I cannot lean in, because then you cannot see. I think I'm good. Here you are. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the kids glue, just a tiny little bit, and I'm not going to glue those leaves down all the way. I'm just going to dip them in here in the center, because I like it when I don't want it to be stuck all the way down. So just dip it in, and that's really enough. I'm just realizing that I have two small ones here. Here, if you look at this card, I think I have a small and a large one, and here I have two small ones, which works beautiful as well, of course. And then I have the thanks here. I cut it out of gold cardstock with the double-sided adhesive on the back. And I need to poke out. I always poke out the pieces that are staying behind first, and then I'm going to pick up that thanks. I'm going to adhere it here. You can just lay it down on the card. And then I took a little bow, which I'm also, so I already created the bow, just dipping in here in that kids glue, putting that on here. And that kids glue will dry clear. I might need to hold it for a bit. And then I add a little stone in the center of that bow, because it just pops up here. And it needs to dry for a little bit, so I might need to hold it for a bit. Here you are. So that's the card. And here's the other one. So as I told you before, like here I noticed I used 2 small ones. Here I have a small and a large leaf from that die set. And then I'm going to show you the other card again that I created. So that's the Dandelion Fluff and the Dream from Suzanne Cannon. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to download the free project sheet. I've also suggested a couple of videos that I think you enjoy as well. See you next time!